Happy Father's Day to my fellow Astro dads out there. Hope you guys are having a great day today. So the Astros took 2 out of 3 from the Detroit Tigers this weekend, capping it off with a 4-1 victory in Game 3. Hunter Brown throws his 5th straight quality start in Game 1. Obviously, Game 2 was more of a nightmare. And then Game 3, Ronel Blanco was able to flirt with a no-hitter, carrying a no-hitter into the 8th inning for Ryan Presley before he blew it with 2 outs that inning. Just 4 outs away from that no-hitter. But yeah, we've got a lot to talk. We're going to recap the series game by game, as well as throw out some other updates from around this team coming up in this video. Let's cue the new intro. 90 mount, catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. Anyway, the Astros defeated the Tigers 2 out of 3 games. And also took the season series for 4 out of 6 games, taking 2 out of 3 in Detroit on Mother's Day weekend, coincidentally, before they came to Houston for Father's Day weekend. So this weekend, where they took 2 out of 3 from them. So let's break down the series. But first things first, I want to share some breaking news for you guys. Those of you guys who probably stay in the loop with this team 24/7 likely already know this, but the Astros have officially released Jose Abreu from their Major League roster. I honestly think this might be for the best. Jose Abreu has had a very, very fine career. I think it's a shame that it had to end this way. Whether he assuming he retires, I wish him the best. If he signs with another Major League team, I wish him the best with them. But people are definitely saying on Twitter that this signing for the Astros proved to be a waste of money, because the Astros still owe Jose Abreu, I think, $30 million, which was part of the 3-year deal that he signed with the Astros last offseason. But yeah, obviously, financially, it's, we're going to take a big hit financially. And as far as I'm aware, I believe the Astros are going to owe him that money, assuming he does not clear waivers. So, we'd hope he would clear waivers, because then we could pump that money into someone else. But for my personal opinions on this matter, obviously, it's kind of sad to see him go. His presence in the clubhouse was a good thing. And again, Jose Abreu has had a very fine career. But after seeing him get off to as poor of a start as he did, we tried sending him down to West Palm Beach to get his swing timing back, and that really didn't see much notable improvements. So unfortunately, the Astros had to cut ties with him and release him from the roster. So again, while I do wish Jose Abreu the best on his future endeavors, this I think was for the best. Anyway, let's break down this series. But real quick though, let's dive into a couple more injury updates. Kyle Tucker, unfortunately, was not able to be activated off the injured list this weekend for this series, while still dealing with that shin contusion. As far as I'm aware, he has not done any baseball activities yet. He does not need crutches to get around the clubhouse anymore, so that's a good thing. But he is not able to, like I said, he's not able to resume baseball activities as of yet. So, hopefully he'll be able to do some of that when we take on the White Sox this week in Chicago. Although Joe Espada did say that a rehab assignment for Kyle Tucker may have to be required before he can come back. But yeah, for the time being, still no word on if Kyle Tucker is going to come back anytime soon. Best case is that he comes back next weekend for when the Baltimore Orioles come to town. Honestly, I would actually like him back for that series, because that's going to be a tough series for us to try to even win one game without him. But yeah, hopefully he does do better there. Luis Garcia and Lance McCullers Jr. still rehabbing towards making returns. Lance McCullers did throw a bullpen in full uniform, I believe, earlier this week or something like that, if not last week. So that's the latest I have on him. And then Luis Garcia, according to Dana Brown, says that he could be going on a rehab assignment in about maybe a month or so. Both his ETA and also Lance's ETA are looking to be sometime in late July and sometime after August. So likely after the All-Star break. But yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and break down this actual series against the Tigers. So starting off in this first game, Hunter Brown had clearly outdueled Tyreek Skubal, the early favorite for AL Cy Young. He was coming into play this on Friday night, leading the AL in ERA and also opponent batting average. He had also entered play today tied for second in the AL in strikeouts, 3-way tie for 5th overall. And then lastly, he had only given up 2 runs in just his past 3 starts before tonight. And he had given up 4 runs, which was capped off by a 2-run blast by Mauricio Dubon. And then Altuve also had hit 2 doubles in this game, one of which was followed by an RBI triple by Alex Bregman to extend his hitting streak to 15 games. He would then extend it to 16 games on Saturday before seeing it get snapped on Sunday. So, I mean, obviously, as they say, all good things must come to an end. But the Astros would end up winning this first game 4-0, with Hunter Brown outdueling the AL Cy Young frontrunner. He's thrown 5 straight quality starts. He threw 7 scoreless innings in this game. And then he is 3-1 with a 2.58 ERA. And opponents are just hitting 195 against him, and has lowered his ERA from 9.78 to a solid 5.0 in the 45 1/3 innings that he has pitched since May the 5th. Hunter Brown has been absolutely killing it over the past month and a half. The next Justin Verlander is definitely looking like to be the next Justin Verlander. So, that's a fun thing to see. Speaking of Justin Verlander, going into Game 2 of this series, he was supposed to pitch this game, but unfortunately he got scratched with neck discomfort. Maybe he slept awkwardly the night before or something like that. I don't know. But regardless of what it was, he was unable to pitch today's game, so he was a late scratch. Spencer Arrighetti was called to start in his place. My guess was that Arrighetti was going to be pitching on Sunday's game, and then Ronel Blanco, who ended up pitching on Sunday's game, was going to pitch probably the series opener in Chicago. But unfortunately, that did not happen. And Arrighetti, obviously coming into this season as looking as like one of the best rookie sensations on this team, and has been one of the many unsung heroes on this team's starting rotation, which has been snake bit by injuries, like I've said a lot. We've lost Christian Javier and Jose Urquidy to Tommy John surgery earlier this month, which is just really sad to see. 2 big starting pitchers that we have lost there. And I really hate to say this, dude, but I think Christian Javier's tenure as a Houston Astro is done. Because, I could look and see when he becomes a free agent, but if I'm being honest, I really don't expect Christian Javier to be pitching anytime soon. If ever. So, it's just kind of sad to see this team be like this. But yeah, clearly this was just not his day, as he gives up 7 runs over just an inning and a third. Yes, he only was able to record 4 outs in this entire game. And even better, I was planning on doing a reaction video for this game. Kind of glad I did. The Astros would score 5 runs in the 8th inning late, but by that point, I think they were already down 12-0 or something like that. Chas McCormick was a part of that, hitting his first home run of the season, a 3-run blast by the home run pump. So obviously that's got to feel good for him. But by that point, it was already too late. Going into Game 3, the Astros were able to successfully flush down that nightmarish loss after the Tigers had gotten 19 hits in Game 2 of this series. They were only held to 3. And Ronel Blanco did not provide any of those 3 hits, as he carried a no-hitter into the 8th inning, as he threw 7 no-hit innings before giving it over to the bullpen, with his pitch count rising in the mid-90s in this game. And then who else? Ryan Presley, with just 4 out, with the Astros just being 4 outs away. He got the first 2 outs rather easily before, unfortunately, that he would give up the no-hitter with just 2 outs in the 8th inning. He would go on to finish the inning unscathed, but Josh Hader, on the other hand, would also give up a couple of hits, including the shutout, as the Tigers would get to him in the 9th inning. But he would go on to seal the deal, giving the Astros a 4-1 victory on Father's Day. So, very good weekend series for this Astros team, who is still looking to get on who is still looking to find their groove. They're currently just half a game behind the Texas Rangers, but they're still a good ways away behind the Mariners. So, we've got a lot of catching up to do. Personally, I think if we can be at least like maybe 6 games or fewer behind the Mariners by the All-Star break, I think we should be in good shape. Because the Texas Rangers, I believe by mid-June, were 6.5 games ahead of the Astros in first place in the AL West last year. So hopefully that would be a good sign. Like I said, guys, overall, this is a very good series for this Astros team that needs to find their groove. Next up for the Astros, they will be heading to the south side of Chicago for just a quick 3-game road trip against the White Sox. This would be a very, very winnable series. I think we should be going into this series with a sweep or bust mindset, because the White Sox are just downright horrible this year. So hopefully that series can go according to plan. If we play the White Sox in that series like we did the Tigers this weekend, I think we should have no problem getting the sweep, especially with Justin Verlander possibly starting one of those games. and then we'll see how things go for the rest of the series. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, and then if you want to watch one of my other videos, click these ones that are above my shoulders. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, like I said, and I'll see you guys in the next one.